Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Andy here with Ultimate Tutor Review as well. We just had Hurricane Helene come through, and ironic timing by PowerSmart. They reached out and said, hey, do you want to check out one of our newest generators? I said, cool, that's pretty ironic timing right now. I just got this thing in a couple of days ago. Ironically, at this point, we have Hurricane Milton coming directly for me right now, so I'm pretty much almost not within the eye wall, but we're pretty much like, right in the center of that tract here. So gonna be fun. This is gonna be a two-part review. If you're wondering why, we're gonna do kind of unboxing this, get it up and running, get all set up, and I'm likely to lose power here by Wednesday, of course, as Hurricane Milton comes, just smashing on through Central Florida here, right where I'm at. So great chance, I guess, to test out their new 4,500 watt inverter generator. So let's get this thing popped open and see what's inside the box. And obviously you're wondering, right now in Florida, yeah, these are all sold out. So if you didn't buy one last week, you didn't get a generator, because that's just how it is in Florida. Everyone only freaks out on the last couple of seconds there. So for oil, we're running an SAE 10W30. Always good to know the type of oil you have for your generator, lawnmowers, any, recreational vehicles you got. Make sure you know what oil you have. You can always keep a little bit on stock. Especially right now, I don't really want to drive anywhere. If you've never been in the path of a hurricane, nothing dangerous right now. But right now, we got gas yesterday. We were able to only get about 20 gallons of premium, not regular. Regular sold out everywhere right now. And you're going to have a tough chance finding, gas anywhere. My wife and I, at the end of Hurricane, I think it was Irma, we both were working at the time, and we decided, hey, we're going to keep working, before the hurricane, even though we can't get gas. Unfortunately, we had to kind of take off work for a couple of days there because we couldn't get any gas. And we're not doing that again. We're going to make sure we have gas after the hurricane, not waste it before the hurricane, and that's kind of always been our plan there. So not much stuff in the box here. It comes right out of the box, no problem. When it comes to generators, we haven't really seen any crazy innovations with generators over the past probably 10 years. Other than like the inverter generators, nothing been like it just crazy stuff we've seen. They don't look all like futuristic. There's no Yeti version of a generator here at all. So this is going to be your backside here. We got nice wheels on this thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so here is the front of the generator. We've got a pull start. Of course, we've got our choke down here. It says electric start in here. I'm sure there's a way to do that. Oh, we do actually have a nice handle. Oh, check this out. Nice little handle. Oh, that actually makes it really nice to get this thing moved around pretty easily here. That is not bad at all. Here is fuel up on top. Good in there. It's like, what, a 1 gallon fuel tank here? 2 gallons somewhere in there. Spark plug access. Is this right here? Oh, that's actually not a thing there, but we can unscrew this right here, no problem. Generator start. Here it is. There actually is a start button. Where is that? Probably right on the front here. Let me show you guys the front. Actually, bring this thing back up on the workbench here. It's actually pretty dark outside yet, but here it's going to be your electric start button. So you've got a manual and electric start. So in case you have your battery die, you've got another option to, of course, start your generator. Because if you don't have your generator, you don't have power. And it's ironic if you can't start your generator because you don't have a good battery there. All right, so we've got a couple breakers on here. We've got AC 120 volts, of course. So we've got 4 total here. And then I've got, actually, let's see here. Is this labeled incorrectly here? AC 120. That looks like a 30 amp out to me here. Yeah, 30 amp out here. So we've got that. Of course, we got a cigarette lighter here. USBs, that's awesome. We got breakers here. There we go. Everything's actually all nicely protected here too. Not that you should leave this thing, outside ever, but it's definitely got some nice protection to it. So there we go. Let's see here. course, pre-fill the starter handle 6 to 8 times, or pre-fill fuel system before initial operation, or remove from long-term storage. Failure could result in a bad starting experience. So not damage, but a bad starting experience there. All right, automatic shut off here. And of course, always run your generator outside. Keep it in an area that is not enclosed. So no house, no garage. And let's see what we got else in here. Generator start settings. All right, so where do we add oil? Let's find that out. Okay, right here we got generator preparation, steps 1 through 6. Of course, the outside is your first one. Next one is operating conditions here. So we want to make sure that we have no leaks, oil is in there. We need to check the engine oil here, and they give you some recommended oil types based on your ambient temperature. And it says right behind this cover here is going to be our oil. All right, looks really clean in here. Like the look of this plastic in here. So right here should be our oil dipstick. All right, let me grab a funnel to get that in there. That's not going to be fun to get in there without getting a little bit of a mess there. All right, found a little funnel here. I will say if they wanted to make install or set up a little bit easier here, it'd be nice if they included a little funnel or something here that was designed for this. Yeah, I've got funnels, but they're not really designed for this application here. I'm thinking about just kind of propping this thing up on its side a bit more so that funnel won't make as big of a mess as I think it's going to make. Yeah, I'll try to prop this thing up a little bit. There we go. That's better. Better than nothing there. All right, there we go. And perfect. No mess at all. There we go. That actually worked out really well. I got like one drop there on that thing, but not bad. Not bad at all. And beware the oil capacity of this. It says it right here in the manual is 21.1 ounces here. Let me double check that. Right, the oil case, the crankcase is 20.3 ounces, but they give you a 21.1 ounce bottle of oil, so just be aware of that. All right, so our tank capacity is 1.9 gallons, almost 2 gallons of gas there. And of course, we're going to fill this thing not inside. We're going to take this thing out here in just a minute. But I want to check where I reattach the battery here. Looks like it's going to be, other side is going to be the battery. That's my battery connection. Let's get this back on here. I like the look of this thing so far on the inside. It looks super clean, well put together. That's what you want to see, especially when you're buying a generator and you don't know how much you might use it here in the future. So that'll be interesting here in the next couple of days. Let's get this cover back on and get this thing flipped around. It's really actually not that heavy, which is kind of interesting. I thought this was going to be a lot heavier. Not too bad at all. And that plastic is actually nice. It's like a soft touch plastic too. I'm kind of surprised to actually see that level of quality on one of these generators here. All right, so here is our battery. And let's see here, this just connects on in. That's actually like really tight in here. There we go. There we go. That is super tight in there. That's probably the hardest part to do right there. And just remember, guys, that when you buy a generator, think oil, oil, oil. Easy to forget, you quick throw this thing together, emergency situation. And of course, you forget to put in the oil, of course. All right, so next steps are basically going to be adding gas. We're going to do that outside, of course. And then, of course, we are going to use the electric start. So we're going to pull the starter handle 6 to 8 times to pre-fill the fuel system before the initial operation or long-term storage, when you take it out of long-term storage, of course. And then we're going to use the electric start from there. Let's see here. Making sure we have no faults. We're going to turn it to the choke position, which is going to be all the way right. So we're going to go with our cold start. And then, of course, once we have a nice start, we're going to turn it to the run position. Of course, there is a off and a stop position. Run is going to be your top, just 12 o'clock position there. And let's see here. That looks like about all we need to do now. All right, well, let's get this thing rolling. All right, got a bit of gas in here. That should be enough to get it, of course, running here so we can test this thing out. Let's pull the starter a couple times to pre-fill the system. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's get this thing set to choke. All right, and we got this thing up and running just like that. Really took like no effort to get this thing up and running. Followed the instructions exactly. I did 8 times the pull handle. Hit the electric start, had it on choke, start up just fine. Wow, actually, I was pretty impressed, honestly. First start, there we go, of course. It has a low fuel light, low oil light, so it'll tell you if anything else is going on. Of course, I don't have a lot of fuel in it, so the low fuel light is obviously on. I don't want to waste any fuel now before the storm because I can't get any more right now, really, anyways. I'm not going to drive around and try to find fuel. So if we need this thing during the storm, which I pretty much guarantee we're going to need this thing, that's when we're going to do our part 2 in a couple of days when we lose power for however long, of course, with the storm. But so far, this thing is super easy to use, super easy to set up. I say to include like a funnel, so I'm going to get that oil in there a little bit easier. That would make this experience just, a 10 out of 10. But overall, this thing is feature packed, looks really well made, and so far super impressed. So can't wait to try this thing out after we get, the storm running through and we lose power. So guys, thanks for watching, and part 2 coming soon.